Welcome to lesson 289. I get to turn the page today. Get to turn the page and move forward. How many people don't move forward though? How many people are stuck in the past? This is very timely for me because just yesterday I had a repeat experience that I often have with this one person who is most definitely stuck in the past. Today is lesson 289. The past is over. It can touch me not. But with this person, it touches her all the time because she lets it run circles in her mind and torture her all the time. So this is kind of interesting because just yesterday I really tried to get this person talked out of ruminating on the past, but it's definitely hard to do. It's hard to convince somebody to let it go. That's a negative type scenario, but there was also positive attachment to the past in that scenario too, because it's like holding on to the good old days, holding on to the way it used to be. You know, that takes you away from appreciating your life now. So lesson 289, the past is over. It can touch me not. Unless the past is over in my mind, the real world must escape my sight. For I am really looking nowhere, seeing but what is not there. How can I then perceive the world forgiveness offers? This the past was made to hide, for this the world that can be looked on only now. It has no past. For what can be forgiven but the past, and if it is forgiven, it is gone. So that's your lesson 289. The past is over. It can touch me not. Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. For you have offered me your own replacement. In a present world, the past has left untouched and free of sin. Here is the end of guilt. And here am I made ready for your final step, the final countdown. Shall I demand that you wait longer for your son to find the loveliness you plan to be the end of all his dreams and all his pain? So we are delaying our gifts. We are delaying our freedom when we choose to instead look at things that aren't even there when we look at the past. It's crazy. It's crazy. Unless the past is over in my mind, the real world must escape my sight. So it's like driving forward while you're staring in your rear view mirror. You can't even see what's actually happening. For I am really looking nowhere, seeing but what is not there. And when you think about what happened last year, 10 years ago, when you were a child, that really is not there anymore, is it? So you need to catch yourself and understand that you are looking at nothing, especially if you're holding grievances. You're keeping forgiveness away from you by trying to keep the past alive. And then if you're like telling stories about your past, thinking that the best days are over, catch yourself with that too, because you're undermining yourself either way. So you just let the past go. Amnesia for everyone. You get amnesia. You get amnesia. Everybody gets amnesia. And then here we are in the present. Tina Jesus for lesson 289 said, do not ruminate on the past, good or bad. Do not ruminate on the past. Those memories are not allowing you to be in the present moment. Good or bad, the past does not exist. And when you ruminate on the past, you're wasting your time. So let it go. Stop ruminating on the past. Stay in the present. Stay in presence. And tell yourself, this is the best darn day ever. Right here, right now. Do not wish or long for anything in the past. Stay in the present. Stay in presence. Share your current experiences with others. Stay in the now moment. Be here, right now. If you keep thinking about the past, the future will look like the past. And unfortunately, most of the time when you're thinking about the past, you're not thinking about good stuff. So stay in the present and just declare to yourself, this is the best moment ever. This is the best day ever. Can you believe it? This is the best day ever. This is going to be the best day ever. This is the best moment I've ever had. So that's going to change your perception. That's going to boggle you, scramble you, and rewrite you. So if you can convince yourself that this is the best moment you've ever had watching this video, this is the best day you've ever had today, you get yourself in the now moment. You become here, aware, present, presence. You then have presence because you are here. So, I mean, that feels good. That definitely feels good, wouldn't you say? I like that Tina Jesus said that the thinking about the past is a waste of your time. It's a waste of your time and energy. Even when you're thinking about good things, trying to tap into a feeling you had or an emotion you used to have, you're downplaying where you're at now. Yes, you're ruminating, you're reminiscing the good old days, but that is just saying right now sucks. That is taking away from the experience that you could be having in the moment, real time, as far as time is even real. But anyways, good advice, because sometimes you long for things to be the way that they used to be, or we were so in love back then, or that was so much fun, or I had so much energy, or everything was just so easy back then. You're criticizing where you're at, and that's not going to make for a very happy dream, is it? So stay in the present. Don't think about the future much either, but just stay in the now moment where all your power is, where all your awareness is, where all your clarity can be, and create that space in your mind. Clear, make room for the divine. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 289, Insights. The past is over. It can touch me not. The more I work with the Course, the more I see its simplicity. It all points to the basic principle that there is one problem and one solution. Today, we are seeing that the problem is described as hanging on to the past. Guilt is always about something from the past, but what is over cannot be in the present unless I bring it with me in my mind. When I bring the past with me, I cannot see the present because I have projected the past in its place. The simple solution is to recognize that the past is not here and let it go. With this simple recognition, I am free to see the present clean and clear as what it is. Love is now because love is all there is. Though the problem and the answer are always the same, My investment in the reality of the problem makes it seem difficult to accept the solution. The ego has concocted countless schemes and images to make the past seem real so that it covers the present. The seeming complexity of these images belies the simplicity of the false idea that underlies them all. This is the ego's defense. For the more complicated the problem appears to be, the less likely the solution will be recognized. And above all else, the ego does not want the solution to be seen. Gratefully, the Holy Spirit does not grab us by the scuff of the neck and hurl us into heaven when we would perceive it as loss and death. Instead, He is present in our mind to teach us, as we are willing, that this world is really nothing, and when we let it go, we are letting go of nothing, so that we can accept everything that is real. The past does not hold on to us, for it has no power of its own. It is we who must let go of the power we give the past in our minds. We let go through forgiveness and see that the past is over and cannot touch us. Holy Spirit, I ask your help today to let the past go so that I can see the love and peace and joy that are here now and share it with all my brothers. I thank you for your gentle teaching that leads me home to the light. In the text, Jesus talks about the tiny tick of time and the fact that with the thought of separation came its undoing. We never really could make a world of separation in reality. That thought of separation was undone in an instant. So the whole dream of separation has been undone. It is over. It is a dream of time with a past and a future that never happened. The whole dream in its entirety was an attempt to cover up the truth that we, as extensions of love, are still safe in the eternal mind of God. As we learn to hand over each part of the dream to the Holy Spirit to be undone, we gradually undo our belief in the dream. We gradually let go of what never was. We let go of thinking that guilt could ever be real. We let go of projecting guilt onto imaginary images of separation. We gradually recognize that the past is over. We see that all that we feared is merely a dream that in fact is over. We are led to recognize that we are still love, and that can never change. We gradually free ourselves from the chains that our belief in separation has bound us with. We see that the one solution that really heals is to let go of our belief in separation. The truth of our oneness in love is true and will forever be true. The past, the imaginary dream of separation, can touch us not as we cease to place our belief in it. This whole dream world of separation is over. A return to love is the only answer that has any meaning. The past is over. It can touch me not. pathwaysoflight.org. This lesson should feel very good to you. The past cannot touch you. The past is over. It is over. It can touch you not. I bet you can think of like a dozen people you would love to say this to, yourself included, myself included. The past can touch me not. It is over. So if you get caught up in reminiscing a past hurt, a past disappointment, or even just the sadness of a good time that didn't last forever, give yourself permission to let go of the past, because it's not true anymore. It doesn't exist. It's not real. It's a waste of your freaking time. You only get a blink of time here. Why do you want to waste it? All right, so 289, the past is over. It can touch me not. This is perfect if you've had something very negative that has seemed to happen to you in the past, and that has caused you a lot of trauma and stress and heartache and blah, blah. It can touch me not. The past is over. So unless I keep it alive in my mind, the past is over. So I have to recognize that if I am still ruminating, that's been my choice now to keep it alive with my attention. For what can be forgiven but the past, and if it is forgiven, it is gone. So I will forgive this and it will disappear. And it disappears because it doesn't exist. It's over. It can touch me not. It's interesting, isn't it? So the prayer is, Father, let me not look upon a past that is not there. Help me today. Stay in the present. Stay out of the past. Ain't got no business being in something that doesn't exist. Help me stay out of the future too, because that puts you in a state of worry and anxiety, and then the ego takes the wheel and tries to plan your future. Don't do it. Stay in the present. In a present world, the past has left untouched and free of sin. In the present, here is the end of guilt. And now we're ready for the final step. So let's not wait any longer, okay? The past is over. It can touch me not. Stay in the present. Stay in your presence. And stay right here, right now. Today is the best day ever. Just wait and see.